After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremeux, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army.
Scouters, he ready for Hestes.
Men of armes aggressive for stor. Travail to dawn, men of armes.
Scouters, he ready at well about done. Scouter, he ready to read. The one day to take. We do shoot each guard for one day the Hester. Cosa is armes, ik do that.
What beath in Heston? Hessa shouldn't be it.
If they het well about done.
Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy. Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Sentamente minua ijubetain hes.
Kuusa is bidandes wahed. Kuus polwende the hesta. Give me hestas. I'll do that.
Wat beat hesten ich suessa aliata.
With more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated, Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Ich forstet in hes. Hier we van bloed iets toe so thuhetist. What will thou? What beat in hesten? What wilt thou?
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege. Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard. To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Men av armes
Fräckes haken, all Suiza, yes.
Jones jare toto. Fabrician jara. Ferret tu ur ende, men av armes.
Stresset jou highwayman. Steppeth to it, highwayman.
Men av armes abidet. Men av armes, women förrände upptörn.
Scoutess i sadeldoppa. It's Wheeler. Wait, här är Reader, Scoutess. Alrita. Ich do that. Vendors i sedan nerby.
Men av armes, inte beina häss.
Hästes är något måmen. Asterias, brat dig, highwayman. Jonas Jari Toto. Hermigan. Web Hestes kommer Arwenen. We have a miracle!
Skeleton! Get ready!
Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army. With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle. Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
Efrixian Yara Sovel.
Fjäret hästen slipper on the stairs. Magnetus.
Strong! Nu Hestes per hand!
We shall lay them now. Ovatius is army up. Get thee ready for what readeth nu, Tulkas. Fortvarde fräckes, mit valdenes.
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege. Joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
Look at you ready, Freckes. Surtus. Tute is not for them. Readeth nu, Tulkas. Look at you, he shall lay thee. Thomas with him. Fortvarde fräckes, mit valdenes. Certes. Fortfarande Freckles. Mit Baldenes.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates. If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army.
Admino will Estes constant. It is Caesar for Actus.
Robert's forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded. Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army. To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
Set it down. Admino word. Send.
Jeppe meo but Awe men gongende Yahweh shet Foliende hestes Boa is Ibun Sterende off so he said
Every charm and 10 stand of future every charm.
Hartes that will obey. And Ted, look at you will be ready, Freckles. We shall lay now. Sparrowmen, appointed spear. Get thee ready for Fortfarande Freckles. Mit Baldenes.
Seat the Hestes.
It is Caesar for Actus. He shall lay now.
Hestes Sithe to Baron
Scouter iridende forth. Doende mi dute.
Kieret Hestes
Widder surely ridende so ahead. Doende mi dute. Ich habe Fahnen befo!
Nu, Tulkes, Admino word. Send.
Reader, away tender.
readeth nu, Tulkis.
Scouter, you ready to... Elder Ned, Tirende nu.
Yetteth he ready for Estes.
Jonas Jare Todon.
It is seat
Estes no, you sleepily. On the steer.
Vendors! He's standing near me! Get to me, Hestus. And next one.
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps.
Everything is at the end. Here I have. Who named the servant? Yes, the man we have theirs. How can any other guy make a portion? Spring got other. Yeah.
Artes Vengea! Surfless!
Attendeth well, Hestus.
Nu, Tulkis, setteth ya.
Tresseth ya, Asteriath. Brafte Arwaymen.
Look be out for Warde Frank.
Every Chanyar, men of armors. Women collect you.
King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army. Matilda's men closed in and finally captured King Stephen.
Ut readeth nu, Tulkis.
Frankers, attendeth nu. Hestus vat will mailed on.
Nu, Tulkis, setteth ya.
Tempest, no step for anstellen. Ja, ja. Unser Meister! Springer, hier in der Herrschaft! Unchen, Jari for Hestes! Sergeant! We are still in there!
And they're ready, crossborders. Schaffen Loffe. Estes nu. Hände! Dinges du Lord.
Everything is at the time! Listen, Sergeant! Unchen! Springer, going 10 to 1 naked. Serge Orchins awaiting with the stop. Yeah. Serge Orchins, we are still in there.
Dort und kriegt es ja.
Reader is ready for Estes.
Nu får jag bli ready.
Serge Orchins, we are still in there. Orchins with the stop.
With a surely elden. Dirende nu.
And it flow, crossborders. Crossborders, stir it yourself.
Estes cometh Arwenan.
Soon they head.
Orchins, Jari for Hestes. Here in the Hesta. Hit it him hard, Serge Orchins. Born one day, Suckus. Owen! Stone it! Hammer! Orchins,
King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
One day we Suckus. Serge Orchins.
Nu, Judas, sit it down.
Serge Orchins, away to Hestes.
We can stand the day.
Evelyn Sting, Orchins. Tada.
It is Cedar for Actus.
Orchins, Jari for Hestes.
Vengeance is sudden will be!
Get thee ready for it. Shall they?
Everything in Paris away, Serge Orchins. Yeah. Everything is at Deaton.
Vengeance is sudden will be!
Everything is at Deaton. Serge Orchins awaken Hester. Here they have done. Listen, Serge Orchins, Jari for Hestes.
The king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled. Matilda's forces had won the battle at Lincoln. But the fight for the crown was not over yet. A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. This one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies. Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Did you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.